Так, доброго вечора, вельмишановне панство. У нас сьогодні дуже цікавий стрім. Це перший стрім, який я беру англійською мовою, тому я сподіваюся, пан ведучий сьогодні не буде виглядати як розумово відсталий і нормально буде спілкуватись. Але на щастя, наш гість трохи знає російську і українську, тому він може з нами, тому якщо що, то він буде перекладати. І пан ведучий також вам буде перекладати. Тож, шановні, у нас сьогодні дуже важливий, якщо чесно, стрім, сподіваюся, все пройде добре. Давайте трохи одразу про гостя, хто в нас сьогодні в гостях. В нас сьогодні вельмишановний пан, колишній військовий армії США, який воював за Україну, починаючи з 22-го року. Тому, шановний чат, press save to pay respect for our guest. And hello. We can start our interview, actually.
Привет всем.
First of all, I want to thank you a lot for your service. Thank you for fighting for my country, because I mean, not so many people from USA and Western world come to my country and fighting for it, and so I'm so appreciate for you. And so what? And I wanna. Can you please tell us about from which state are you? Because I think you're born in the USA, yes? In the United States.
Do you want me to tell my story as best as I can? I can try to do it in Сурик. Привет всем, меня зовут Бенджамин, я из США, родился недалеко город Бостон. Есть 38 лет. Я был американский солдат. Я работал в Ирак, делал 8 лет. И тоже после я работал такая приватная армия. Афганистан, Кувейт, Германия. После это время, и я закончил это и путешествовал в Украине. И я люблю жизнь там. Я жил в Киеве. И была экс-девушка из Украины, тоже изучал на русском и говорю чуть-чуть, трохи по-суржик язык. Недобрый, але на русском можно чуть-чуть. И after, right before the war, like just before the war, I knew that the war was going to happen. I wanted to go to fight in Ukraine in 2014 and before the full war, but my ex-girlfriend didn't let me. She said, "No, you're not doing this." So before the war, I thought I should learn languages, Russian, some Ukrainian. I could speak 6 or 5 foreign languages. And I went to university for international relations, and I thought I'm going to maybe get a job with the CIA or something like this. And then the war, it started, and I had a breakup at the same time, which is просто пиздец. Breakup and war together, it's ужас. And I thought, man, I can maybe get a job with my own government after studying 4 years. And or I can just go fight and go help the Ukrainian people. So I first went to the border of like Moldova and Romania in March. I handed out like basic supplies for refugees, and I found somebody driving to Mariupol, and I gave a bunch of military supplies that I got with my own money and some donations. But then I thought I want to do something more. So then I went to France, and I picked up this medical vehicle full of supplies, and I drove it to Lviv. And then I thought, like, this isn't enough. I need to do more. I'm not helping enough. As a person, I'm very hard on myself. Like, it's never enough. It's never enough when you really love and believe a cause. It's your whole life. That's it. That's nothing else. So I thought I need to go maybe train Ukrainian soldiers. So I went with a group in Kyiv, and we trained Kyiv Azov, I think it was them, that was there, and we trained them for a little bit. And then I heard the stories, and I said, all right, budu na fronti. So I found a group called the Normanska Brigada, Norman Brigade, and we went to, first we went to Nova Velisilka, and that's when we started fighting in around May of 2022.
I little bit translate to my Ukrainian subscribers because I see chat and not all of them understand English so good. Коротше, друзі, він розповідає, що він спочатку долучився як до волонтерської діяльності в Україні, тобто він приїхав на кордон України у Румунії і допомагав волонтерів, їздив в Маріуполь, їздив у Львів, але вирішив долучитися до Збройних сил та поїхати на фронт з його друзями з Азову. Я так розумію, звідси і футболка. Can we ask you about your T-shirt? How you?
So я не был с Azov. I wasn't in Azov. But я сейчас на Пхукете.
Yes.
Здесь есть очень много педерасий, блядь. Это педерастан сейчас. Это много. And I want to get in the Russian mind. Я живу бесплатно. Я живу, блядь. And they see this, and sometimes they get angry at me, and I'm like, пошел нахуй, слава Украине, слава Азов. And they fucking get crazy. They lose their minds. So I've been into a couple fights here because of that, but oh well. Иди нахуй, иди домой, пожалуйста.
Bro, it's the most based thing I actually hear tomorrow. It's the most based thing. Okay. So.
Because they know what this is.
Yeah, sure they know.
It's the easiest way to get in their minds, man.
They are so angry when they see a logo of Azov because they fear it. They fear it so much.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. Especially like the ones that are like 40 years old, from Siberia.
Yes, I know. I know so many Russians actually go to Phuket, to Thailand, because it's so cheap and it's not so long road from Russia. I mean, you have straight flights from many cities of Russia straight to Phuket, and it's not so expensive even for Russians. So so many of them go there. So you say the war was coming like before it was started, and you say you
because all my friends that were in the army that had access to the reports, they all knew that I had a Ukrainian girlfriend at the time, and they're like, and they knew that I had lived in Kyiv. They're like, bro, like war is happening in soon, very soon, like. What are you doing? What's your girlfriend doing? Like, what's her family doing? Like, they need to leave. They need to go. It's happening. Like, what are you doing? Are you gonna go? Like, what's gonna happen? And I was like, I tried to tell her, and she was from Volnovakha.
Volnovakha, yeah, you know where it is.
We broke up at the time right before the war, and I even in the war when the war starts, I'm like, you need to like leave, get your family in. They didn't listen. We told them.
But you say you want to go even in 2014 when that conflict starts in Donbass.
Yeah, I wanted to, but couldn't. Yeah, girlfriend and there was not so much good information out as well. I mean, I've hated Russia since I understood what Russia was like. I went to Russia. I went to Russia in 2008, and it looked like it was.
In which city? In Moscow?
I went to Moscow, and then I went to Cheboksary and Nizhny Novgorod.
Okay. I know that six,
Yeah.
yes. Sure.
I mean, we didn't have any bad relations, but as soon as I understood what happened in Georgia, I was like, no,
Yeah.
this isn't right. So, and then I went to Ukraine in 2009. I went to Yalta. I went to, Ukrainian
Yes, Ukraine and Crimea.
Crimea in the good times, and I saw all the Russian military personnel, and I think what happened was what made me really angry in the start against them was they knew that like an American soldier, like the FSB, and they like raided my room, I think, while I wasn't there, and they took all my stuff, everything that I had from the military, and they stole it for whatever reason. And so this was the start of my toxic relationship with Russia.
It's actually basic Russian things stole the things. I mean, in Ukraine
They stole only my military stuff, my uniforms, the notes I had from the military, nothing else. They didn't touch my laptop, they didn't touch my passport, just military stuff. So, and yeah, then I mean, I went to Kyiv in 2019, and then I went to Belarus in 2020, and I was there for the anti-Lukashenko protests, which I was there. I was in the protests. There's videos of me in the protests. I went there.
So you saw all of that police brutality in Belarus, да? Yes.
I saw it, man. It's barbarity. They were taking teenagers off the streets that were just walking back and like from university and just like out of a movie, man. Like black uniforms, Oman, just pulling them out. I was right near everything. All of and the internet shut down. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't leave the country. Like it was like being in 1991 Soviet Union. There's no phone. There's no fucking phone. You couldn't contact. Like if you were like, oh my God, Mom, the Belarusians and Russians are killing protesters. You couldn't call anybody. There's no fucking phone. No phone, man.
Yeah, I know it because I have
internet.
I have friend in Belarus. She live in Belarus. Actually, she live in Minsk. And when all of that stuff happened, I text her and she asks me like 1 in 2 or 3 days because they literally don't even have internet. Yes, internet was shut down. Okay, a little bit translate to my Ukrainian subscribers because you talk a lot of interesting stuff. Шановні, він розповідає, що він, коротше, їздив в Крим в 2009-му, коли Крим ще був Україною, і ФСБ спиздило в нього з його готельного номеру тупо всі військові документи, військову уніформу, військові нотатки і всю іншу хуйню. Ви думаєтесь просто, русня свині, типу, ніхто не здивований, блядь, що русички підари. Розповідає, що він типу їздив до Москви, до Нижнього Новгороду, Чебоксари, і побачив, як живуть русачки, і приісполнився руським духом. І після цього, що він був також на протестах в Білорусі, і бачив, як їбучий ОМОН просто вбивав протести. Всі знаєте, всі бачили цю історію, коли ОМОН просто вбивав людей цивільних, які просто не хотіли жити під диктаторством їбучого Лукашенка. Тому, блядь, я вважаю, це максимально базовано. Стрім буде, ми збережемо стрім. І також, шановні, у нас сьогодні триває збір на ремонт авто для 40-ї окремої бригади берегової оборони. Будь ласка, QR-кодик ви бачите, і в описі посилання на Donatello, на банку Моно, на PayPal, будь ласка, я буду дуже вдячний, якщо ви закинете копійку на наш збір. Це хлопцям з південного напрямку, з Херсону, тому буду дуже вдячний. Окей, we continue. So, in 2014, when the war starts, the main Western, not the main Western media, but now a lot of Western people, a lot of Western bloggers, they say it's Ukrainian fault in 2014 Russia starts because we provoked Russia to take the Crimea and take the Donbass. What is your opinion? Like your opinion, like American citizen, like American soldier on that?
Well, Putin in 1999 said specifically that Crimea is Ukrainian. And
yes.
Maybe one of the few times he's been really right. So I understand why Russia took it because they need it. They need it as an empire to survive. But Ukraine also needs its coastline. And why have opinions changed? Because Russian information operations, Russian propaganda is so efficient. It's getting into the minds of everybody, everywhere. It moves so fast. And now my new fight is fighting Russian disinformation. And that's what I wake up every day. I look for people who have opinions that are pro-Russian, and I throw them in the toilet with my Instagram.
It's really good thing you do because it's really a lot of pro-Russian. I understand some of them was just paid by Russia because Russia spends billion on their propaganda. So some of that Western influencers, they just paid by Russia, but some of them, they just useful idiots. I mean, they literally believe.
Useful idiots.
Yes, they literally believe Russia is Orthodox country. They literally believe Ukraine or NATO provoked Russia to do that. I mean, how you can be provoked to start the war? I mean, to start the genocide. You can't be provoked to do that because we didn't even do nothing. We don't bomb because all of that. Russian.
One of the things that bothered me the most in the beginning of the war was when the Akhmat guys, the Chechen, Dagestani guys, were coming and they were showing videos, like Russian propaganda was showing videos that like all these men are ready, these Akhmat fighters are ready to take Kyiv. And it's like, yeah, these are Muslim fighters. Some of these guys, which we fought in Iraq, because they Chechens went to Iraq, now they're coming for Kyiv, a Christian city, the most important Orthodox city in the Slavic world, in my opinion, at least. And how can you call yourself a Christian, an Orthodox Christian, if you're going to use Muslims to terrorize an Orthodox population? It's ungodly. It's wrong. I could go on forever about how Russia is not this, lovingly Orthodox Christian society. It's all bullshit.
Yes, it's 100% bullshit. They pretend like they're Christians, but they are not.
The patriarch Kirill,
yes.
What's his name? Kirill.
Da.
He was a KGB agent.
Yes.
This is information operations. That's all it is.
I mean, they literally have that cathedral of war. How can you build cathedral of war? Did you read the Bible? What the fuck is this? It's not Warhammer. It's not Warhammer 40k. It's bizarre.
Nothing in what Jesus says is about build a church to war.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So, we have some confrontations with Akhmat. You say you wanted by Russia to buy because they claim you a mercenary, yeah? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I have a conviction in Russian court or Donbass court or whatever. I have been sentenced to 14 years in prison, and I'm wanted by the Russian Federation. So what does that mean for me now? Well, going through borders is different. I went to Serbia because I had been there before. I used to kickbox. You see my ears,
yes, cauliflower
I
ears.
used to do I used to do a lot of fighting. I had friends there, and when I went to Serbia, I stayed in a hotel, and in the middle of the night, these dudes Serbski Oman came in, dragged me out, fucking guns, and they're like, get the fuck out of the room. And they took me to a detention facility, and they interrogated me for 4 hours. And I was like, man, I told them I had taken sleeping pills the night before, so I was not really clear thinking. So I don't even remember what I told them other than the story that I tell everybody at this point. So And then like certain countries now, like I get extra questioning. Even in my own country, I I got handcuffed and questioned by my own government.
United
And
States?
my phone was taken at the border because they're like, who are you working for and what, like all this, and it, everywhere I go, like, no, Europe I'm okay. The England I was okay going into. Mexico was fine. Argentina and Chile, problem. I went there. Thailand, okay. But I have no idea. I've been told by my government now, like, you need to just accept that border crossings are never going to be the same for you. You're wanted by Russia, and it's in the system.
Yeah, I know, but no, Serbia is literally pro-Russian state. They're so pro-Russian.
Yeah.
So I was surprised when you say I go into Serbia. I just wow, because I also have a funny story, because when I driving from Germany to Romania, I accidentally drive to Serbia because my Google Maps changed the road, and I accidentally drive to the border with Serbia, and I just, oh no, guys, I didn't want to go to Serbia because I am former Ukrainian military, and also I have my YouTube channel for 2 years, and I say a lot of bad stuff about Putin's mother, about Kadyrov's mother, about all of that bastards, about all of their siblings and all of their bloodlines. I literally cursed the whole bloodline of Kadyrov. So I think I also wanted by Chechnya or some by Chechen secret police. So I never go to countries like Serbia. But what you say to me, so they just kidnapped you. You a foreign citizen of USA. They just kidnapped you and take you to some basement, I don't know, and put a gun to your head. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to translate to
But
my.
I talked my way out of it. I was like, I'm not against Serbia. I was like, Kosovo is Serbia.
Kosovo is Serbia.
I talked a lot of bullshit to save myself, man.
Yeah,
I was not,
understandable.
but I was terrified. I was like,
Yeah, sure.
You have men in black uniforms from a country that you never done anything wrong with, and you're like, fuck, I can't go anywhere now. So you survive, right? You
Yes.
do what you have to do to survive.
Sounds actually terrible. Шановні, прикиньте, чувак розповідає, що він поїхав в Сербію, тому що в нього там друзі. Він приїхав в Сербію, і його, блядь, посеред ночі сербська там якась таємна поліція, типу як ФСБ, напевно, типу тільки сербська. Воно його спиздило просто посеред ночі, приставило йому пістолет до голови, блядь, і на підвал відвезли і задавали запитання. Це піздець, добре, що в Рашку не депортували. Actually, it's a good thing they didn't deport you to Russia, because Serbia can. They so pro-Russian country, and they can like not deport. How would say when I forget the word on English for that. Okay, doesn't matter. I mean, they didn't fly you to Russia by by request by Russia. Because if you wanted by Russia, it's Serbia is pro-Russian country. I think Russia can ask them to take you from Serbia and try deport you to Russia.
I think Serbia, it has its hands tied, as we would say. Like, they also have to answer the European Union. But
Actually,
yeah, I mean, Serbia.
But Serbia is not in the European Union. I mean, it's not a country of Europe.
But they get a lot of money from the European Union.
Seriously?
They can't.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they can't do anything too crazy.
Extradition. It's not
they're-
deportation. Extradition. I forgot the word extradition.
then-
Yeah, so good they didn't extradition you to.
And it's crazy too. Like when the charges were formal with me in the Russia, the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, flew out because I was in Argentina, and they came and I had drank a ton the night before, like a ton. So I woke up with a hangover, and I had no idea that they're coming. And I hear on the door. And I open the door, and it's like two FBI agents. They're like, we want to talk to you. They're like, you know, you're wanted by Russia. That your life is different now. And they had a long discussion with me about that there's a lot of Russian operations in South America now, and that they're like, we don't think you should be here, honestly. And yeah, it's Russian operations are everywhere. So.
Yeah. They even kill Ukrainian soldiers in German hospitals. I mean, in Bundeswehr hospitals, and they kill Ukrainian injured soldiers, Ukrainian injured officers who have treatment in German hospitals, and they kill them. It was literally a couple of cases when they kill even. Imagine in Bundeswehr, it's NATO, it's literally NATO, but they do it. So yes, they intelligence so sadly they working so good. Sadly for us.
Yeah.
They're strong. But came back to 2014 about your opinion to Ukraine provoked Russia to do that stuff. I mean, because so many people, I literally saw like that argument, Ukrainian start killing people in Donbass for Russian language. I mean, nobody killed a single person before Russia came.
Everyone knows that Yanukovych was a Russian proxy. Like he functioned for Russia, and that he betrayed the Ukrainian people.
Yes, it's true.
So Maidan happened. I think everybody knows this, and then Russia sent its little green men, as we call them in English, into the Donbass and started a war. And Ukraine, I tell people like, I was like, you understand that like in the 2014, Ukraine had to get guys from Azov. They were the first people to come and come help, and yeah, it was bloody, it was a mess, but Ukraine had to survive. It was either Ukraine dies here in 2014, or it does what it has to do to survive. And yeah, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't beautiful, but it's fucking war.
Yeah,
so
sure.
And Russia started it for sure.
Да, but I mean, even Prigozhin have interview, you know, that video of Prigozhin before his road to Moscow. He make a video when he literally describes how operation on Donbass by Girkin Strelkov in 2014 was happened. He literally, Prigozhin, he's literally on service on Putin, and he described like, we go to Donbass because nobody of Ukrainian kill Donbass people before Russia came. So he literally says it's FSB operation to come to Donbass and make that region like put it on war and pretend like it's civil war, like we are people from Donbass. And literally Prigozhin says that. That Girkin Strelkov, who literally did that operation, he also said that. But people who support Russia, they say, oh, it's not true. Are you fucking idiot? I don't know what they need to do. They need to Putin say it. And I'm sure even if Putin says stuff like that, they also find arguments like, oh, it doesn't true. I don't understand how the brain of pro-Russian people works, actually, because it's so bizarre for me.
The only way I can deal with it is just to fight the Westerners that want to spread bullshit Russian narratives. I learned as a child from my father that Russia is a bad place. Like, you know, water is wet.
Yes. Base things.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have a question. What do you think about Ukrainian people and mentality? In which way it's different from Russia? Because some of Western also influencers say Ukraine was invented by Lenin in 1991, Ukraine not even exist till 1991, and say Ukrainian is just the same as Russians, but just pretend to be like different nation, but obviously it's not true. So I want to hear your opinion on, because you like foreign person, you like a man from USA, and you see it like in third person view on that.
Well, you know, Ukraine is very different. You know, there's lots of aspects. You have the Tatar people in Crimea, you have lots of Greek people too, like in Mariupol, and other like southern cities as well. You know, Greek people of Greek blood. And you have Western Ukraine, which feels more like Poland.
Poland, yes,
So
Hungarian.
yeah, so it feels different than Russia. Um, you know, a lot of things are similar, of course, but the difference between Russians and Ukrainians is Ukrainians can see the bullshit in government and in Russia. Russians, maybe if they see the bullshit, they don't care. They don't want to talk about it. You know, I не политик, я не люблю политик. You know, yeah, like they're like the horses with the things over their eyes. You know?
Yes. They just close their eyes to all of shit the government do because, oh, I'm a small man, what can I do? It's big politics, it's so complicated. All of that на Russian narratives, да.
Yeah, like Ukrainians, I think, have more of a independent mind.
Okay.
And Russia like stole a lot of Ukraine's culture and called it its own. And Russia is not just one culture as well. It's, you know, the Chechenian people, the Burat people, and so on.
Yeah, I mean, even in like ancient times, like in 17th century, they just conquered the whole Siberia and literally enslaved people, and stole their culture and pretend like it's our culture now. They even stole our borscht. They pretend like borscht it's Russian cuisine, it's Russian dish. You don't have borscht, and also actually I saw they have Moscow borscht. They have a recipe of Moscow borscht. I saw that shit. They literally put sausages inside the borscht. Sausages and
Why?
I don't know, because they're stupid. They like to eat trash. I don't know, because how do you have an idea to put sausages on a borscht? Why not beef? Yeah, and now they pretend like borscht is Russian cuisine. So yeah, every time they stole culture aspects of every nation they conquered and of every nation they oppressed.
Ukraine is the birthplace of all Slavic people. It's like the Garden of Eden for Slavic people. And all the Slavic people moved to different countries and different places, but Ukraine is as original as for Slavic people, you know, these forest Slavic people. And Russians are the Burat, Mongolian, Tatarski sort of horse riding enemy, you know, that came in.
Yes, but Russians pretend like Kievan Rus. It's like Kievan Rus, so it's Russia because they pretend like the word Rus because that.
No, it comes from like a Norwegian, like the people with the oars or Viking language,
Vikings,
you know, with
yeah. So okay, your favorite Ukrainian city?
Depends what season. Summertime, I like Odessa, but maybe wintertime or other time. Oh, I like Kyiv, Dnipro, and Odessa. I don't like Lviv.
Why?
I don't know. It didn't touch my heart, I guess. I like Kyiv, I like Dnipro, because especially too, it's so beautiful. Like if the river during springtime, it's really nice, and there's good restaurants in Dnipro.
Veranda.
I like Dnipro. There's a restaurant called Old Pal in Dnipro, and I would, you know, when we weren't on missions, if we were in Dnipro, we would go and drink and eat there. And good food, beautiful women, not a bad place. And in Kyiv has the best nightclub, Closer. So nightlife in Kyiv is good.
Did you have favorite restaurant in Odessa?
No, I don't really remember. I went there with my ex, and we just I don't remember any of the restaurants. I just remember it was a nice place. I had a good time with her, and we had good time. So I was only been there. I've been there during peace, and yeah, of course, I liked Yalta before the war.
Okay, because I'm from
I
Odessa.
don't like Lviv.
You don't like
I don't like Lviv. Don't
Yeah.
like Lviv.
Many of Ukrainians don't like Lviv because they pretend it's our like problems, like you know in USA also that stuff like people from some states call people from another states
yeah.
like hillbilly, you like redneck or stuff like that. So
Kharkiv is good. I like Kharkiv as well. As a good place. Spent good time in Kharkiv. It's a nice city, but yeah, Dnipro. I love Dnipro. It's probably my favorite.
actually I'd never been in Dnipro. Did you try Odessa shawarma? Shawarma in Odessa. Shawarma like kebab.
Yeah, I've had shawarma in Odessa, but it was like in the winter when I went through during the war, and it was like 7 in the morning, and it was the only place open. It was not special.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, it wasn't anything I remembered that well. I had good food in Yalta. Good food in Yalta for sure.
Do you have your favorite Ukrainian dish?
Salo.
Salo.
Salo. Yeah, I mean, I eat Ukrainian food all the time. Ukrainian food is. I like Japanese and Ukrainian food the most. So.
You're not so in love
Salo.
in USA food, yes.
I like USA food. I can find good food anywhere for sure. But you know, I've lived outside of the United States for a long time now. So I'm in Thailand now. So they have a cafe down the road that's like it's called International Cafe Chibrik. It's owned by Russians, but they don't like their own country because they don't write Russian anywhere at all in the restaurant, but they serve Ukrainian dishes, vareniki, yeah, I like vareniki a lot.
With what? With potatoes or with
Pelmeni.
cherries? What's your favorite?
Cherries.
Cherries, yeah.
Why eat vareniki with potatoes? Why?
It's tasty with potatoes and mushrooms. It's a good
But
one.
you can have cherries. You can have cherries.
Yeah, we have with cherries and sour cream. It's superior. Да, I understand.
You can have pelmeni with potatoes too, I think, right?
No, I think pelmeni is only with meat.
Yeah, but I like
Never saw.
pelmeni. I like also the salted mackerel. Like this is, you know, I'm a real fan of Ukraine because most Americans will not eat salted mackerel. We
Yeah,
don't
sure.
eat mackerel in our country. So I like that. I won't eat carp though. I don't like carp. I'm not going to eat carp.
Okay, so came back to politics. What do you think about Budapest Memorandum in 1994 when Ukraine gave up our nuclear weapons because of USA, United Kingdom, and comically Russia say we protect you from the treatment. So if someone attacks you, we'll protect you.
So when the U.S. wrote this treaty in 1994, or maybe just before, the wording in English is different than it is in Ukrainian.
Wow,
By
I didn't know
slight
that.
technicalities. It's by slight technicalities. And you have to like go, I'd have to have it side by side to show you. But the English one leaves more open for interpretation on how the U.S. would respond and how it perceives Ukrainian independence. So Ukraine got fucked
Yes.
because American diplomats are looking at this from a different level than Ukrainian. And honestly, I don't know, but I think that Ukrainian diplomats also didn't really care that much.
Actually, yes.
At the time. They didn't care. They didn't take it seriously. Russia, наш брат. There'll never be a war. you know, maybe Seychelles, but not Russia. And well, you know, people made a lot of mistakes then, and Ukraine got fucked.
Yeah, we literally got scammed because we gave up our nuclear weapons for nothing, just for nothing. Even not for money. If they pay us, I don't know, like 200 billions, we would okay, because for that money we can build a strong army. But they pay us nothing, just I don't know, 600 millions of.
And the
money.
90s were pizdец.
It's
The 90s were
pizdец, yes.
Everything.
I saw your video
sure.
about 90s and USSR and Paul Rolls when they ask people on the streets like, do you want in 90s, do you want to back USSR? And some people in 90s say, oh yes, we want to go back to USSR. It's because in USSR it was like slightly order, because 90s is a pure chaos. 90s in Ukraine it was a pure chaos. It's like Mad Max movie. So да.
Yeah, I have a good story about that. So what I remember talking, I had a Ukrainian girlfriend at the time, a different one, but she was like, I said to her just randomly, like, I miss the 90s. It was so great. Because I was thinking from the American perspective, and it was. The 90s in America were the
Peak of
greatest
society.
period. A peak. I mean, Fight Club. We had Fight Club. We had Radiohead. We had great music. You know, the worst thing our president got caught doing in the 90s was getting a blowjob in the office.
Yeah.
That's it. It was a great time. So when she heard that, like, oh, I miss the 90s, she was like, почему? Like, зачем? It was ужасное время.
Yes. But in 90s you have war in Iraq. I mean, it's...
Well, we had the first Gulf War. That
Yeah.
wasn't 2003. I went to Iraq in 2009 I went to Iraq. But we had, in the 90s, we had like 30-day war with Iraq. We had
You smash them.
Bosnia.
You smash
Yeah, we fucked
Saddam
them.
Hussein. Like, because and Saddam Hussein has a really big army. It was like 6 or 7 armies in the
Huge.
world.
Yeah, we destroyed his army in Kuwait and kicked him out of there. And it was one of the best foreign policy missions of the United States.
Yeah.
People always label American interventionism bad. It's like, no, this worked out great. So America can use its power for good. It's just not doing it, unfortunately.
Do you agree the United States president and government now is a lot weak? It's more weakness than in previous, like in 90s, like when George Bush, when that guys was running the country. Because I mean, they have that war in Kuwait, and when Saddam Hussein attacks, and they just send your navy to Kuwait and fucked up the Hussein. And now they didn't send any forces to fight Russia. I know
Well-
it's not
Well,
fair comparison.
imagine it like this situation. You don't know if your father is fucking another woman that's not your mother, but you can smell the perfume
Yes.
on his business coat every night when he comes home from work, and it's not his mom's perfume. So something is bad. Something's not working. Things are worse for sure. 100%. They've been getting worse since 2016. When Trump came to office, everything got worse.
What about Obama?
Obama was, I mean, he wasn't perfect. Obama should have done something in 2014 for Ukraine, but he
No.
didn't. But a lot of other decisions he did was good. And Obama also had a very busy situation in 2014, and he did something. He enabled the U.S. government to support Ukraine in its independence from Russia. It wasn't perfect, but it was better. It was better than helping the Russians. And now I question. I have to wake up every day and wonder myself, is like my own government supporting Russia?
Yeah.
And I don't know the answer to that question.
So you don't like
Sad.
what Trump did now, yes?
No, no.
What do you think about that shit with Greenland? So Trump wanna take Greenland from Denmark.
I can't believe it as well. I'm trying to figure out. Because no American thinks about Greenland. Not nobody. It's not like, Babushka in Russia thinking about Sovietsky Союз, хорошая время, semestre. Nobody thinks about Greenland. No, like nobody is like, oh yeah, we want to get Green. So why? I understand the defense reason. If you look from the U.S. or look from the Earth down, like from the North Pole, Greenland is close to Russia and China. It's huge. It's massive. It's so big. But the Danish give the United States all this like opportunities for us to put our military there. So we don't have any problem. So I want to believe this is some sort of like diversion, or they're not telling us everything.
Yes, I mean, Alaska is closer to Russia than Greenland. Alaska is like 20 kilometers by Russia, so...
Yeah.
I'm not saying he didn't...
But it's the northern pole. I mean, the trade that's going to go between Russia and China and in Europe and all that, Greenland's all really close to all that. I understand strategically why it's important, but again, we should try to be a better country and not threaten NATO with tariffs that we want this land back. So I'm still in shock.
I mean, it's literally your allies. It's NATO country also. It's European Union country. What's the problem?
Right.
But that Venezuelan operation with Maduro was great, actually. It's like literally special military operation.
The real SMO.
The real, yes.
The real SMO, 3 hours. Putin's SMO, 3 years, like...
Four now.
It was 4 years, 4 years, like forever. We were there.
Forever.
We had American soldiers in Venezuela for 30 minutes. And we took 0. Not a single American died. And they lost at least 200. And the soldiers that fought against America report that we used special weapons, like energy weapons.
Oh yeah, I hear about that, да.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think this is good because we've shown the world, like, hey, we're not weak. Because Russian propaganda is saying a couple of things. Americans don't have great aircraft and that they can't get through air defenses. Well, we saw in Iran that we were able to bomb their nuclear plant, and they have all those Russian air defenses all throughout that country. Yeah, they were destroyed in part by Israel before we went in, but we went into that country with no issues, bombed everything we wanted to, and left. Then we went into Venezuela also. Again, second point, they have Russian air defenses. And, well, we defeated them. So this idea that America is not making good weapons, that we don't spend our weapons, and that we are not tested, it's bullshit. It's bullshit Russian propaganda.
That's true.
And we've shown them that we do have special weapons. We're not sharing them with Ukraine, which is unfortunate.
Unfortunately,
and
yes,
it's
sadly.
horrible. But, we don't want to share everything. So, but,
Yeah, sure.
We want to be special and unique, but I think we need to give Ukraine more weapons, because destroying Russia, or even weakening Russia to a point, because now Russia has to buy everything from China for the most part, and they're becoming slaves to China.
Yes, they're literally slaves of China.
All this bullshit that Russia speaks about, Ukraine is going to be the slaves to the European Unions. You guys are the fucking Chinese right now.
So
you're
based.
getting face fucked. you're getting face fucked by Xi and all those people because you have to buy from China in their currency, and now you've opened up your borders for the Chinese, and they're moving into Siberia right now.
Yes,
They're setting up operations, and so Russia is going to be a slave to China at the end of this war.
Actually true.
The great Christian white nation of Russia, the slaves of China.
The great Christian leader Putin literally kissed a Quran from the hands of Kadyrov.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, блядь.
Yeah. Did he get circumcised too?
Да. My subscribers ask, what do you think about that Russian propaganda who says it's a lot of Nazi in Ukraine and Azov is a Nazi battalion with Nazi symbolic, with Nazi ideology and all of that stuff?
Well, I don't think it's true. 2014, a lot of people from prisons got let out to go fight, and as Ukrainians, you guys know that people in the Soviet culture of prisons, they would get swastikas and Nazi stuff on tattoos in prisons because it looks based, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a way of saying fuck you to the system. So yeah, there's definitely that happened. But now I saw more foreigners who were Nazis than I saw Ukrainians.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Ukraine has more Nazis than Russia, and I don't think it's an important discussion. It's not really important. At the end of the day, who came? Who came to save Ukraine in 2014?
Actually,
it wasn't the pink hair feminist brigade, the pink hair barista working. She didn't go. It was hard right guys, man. They saved Ukraine.
Yes, actually in 2015 or in 2016 after that fights on the east of Ukraine, like when Ato starts to little bit colder and fights not so hot, and we have LGBT Pride who literally have actions in not action. They have protests in Kyiv and say. I forget the word in Ukraine. They was against Azov battalion. They was against because Azov are Nazis. They so against LGBT. They against gay people. They so oppressed us, and the government need to. I need to Google that word. I'm sorry. And they was against Azov. I mean, who the fuck fighting in 2014? Not gay pride, not that gay people. And after that they say, Azov regiment is so bad. It's just a circus.
Yeah.
Dissolve Azov. Yes, they want to dissolve Azov.
I always say like this. This is the analogy I make. I'll try to explain it as slowly as I can because it's important. So, imagine Ukraine like the teenage son of mother of Russia as a parent, and Russia would come home and beat the family every night because Russia's drunk and angry, and Azov was like the son who moved out of the house and he started smoking cigarettes. He got some tattoos that were uncomfortable and people called him a Nazi. But when he found out that, Russia was beating the son Ukraine, he came back and he beat the fuck out of him. So he's this kind of like edgy, difficult brother, or relationship, in this sort of like fucked up marriage. And at the end of the day, he came and fought for Ukraine. I don't care what his ideology is. I don't care.
Because we are right. It's nothing question about ideology. It's just question about who's right in that conflict. So we have a right to protect. We have a right to self-defense. And
yes.
so sad. Some people on Western, especially in Western Europe, they say like, oh, you are so pro-war, war is bad. Блять, I know war is bad, I am not stupid, I am not 5 years old. I know war is bad, everyone know war is bad. But if Ukrainians stop fighting, Ukrainian stop to exist. If Russia stop fighting, we have peace in the whole world.
Right.
So that's the problem.
Exactly.
With all of that. But the stuff with that Nazi stuff, that far right, because far... it's actually bizarre for me. So Russia supports right-left parties in European Union and far right. They literally supports both of them. And to far right they say, "Oh, Ukrainian is a Jew country because president of Ukraine is a Jew." And for far left they say, "Oh, Ukrainian is Nazi country." So we're the first country who became, блядь, at one time Nazi and pro-Jew, блядь. It's so fun. So sad. It's so much of stupid people in Western Europe, because I think their life is so comfortable and so good for a long time, for a long term, and now they forgot how to fight, forgot even how to think.
Yeah, for sure. Russia's propaganda is unfortunately better than ours at this point.
Yes, it's so much better because they spent billions on propaganda, billions. So, блять, that German party, I bet you know it's alternative for Germany. Alternative for AfD, yes, alternative for Deutschland. They literally have one of the member of party. It's literally Kadyrov member. He's literally pro-Kadyrov member who said Russia is great and Russia need to conquer Germany and the Germans need to give up. And I don't know what the fuck German police doing. I don't know what the fuck they doing. That bro literally have Instagram account when he spread all of that information. And 100% sure he was not corrupted, how I say. He was founded by Russia because he literally not Russian, he's Chechen. But it's for me it's the same. I don't give a shit. So yeah, it's so sad for me how deep Russia roots now in whole of European Union. It's so sad for me. And my subscribers ask you, what do you think about do Russia attack Baltic countries in I don't know, in 2026 or 2027, like Estonia, Latvia, Litva?
If things get if your trajectory of how bad things are getting, yes. Unfortunately, you know, because I mean, every day we wake up with a new reality. It seems like, okay, America wants Greenland. Like, why is Trump putting tariffs on NATO? So if this problem gets worse, then it's possible, yeah. But I think in 2026, at the end of it, Russia's economy is going to be exhausted.
I hope so.
So, yeah, I don't think their economic situation is going to last forever. So, the thing too with China is China understands this as well, and they don't want Russia destroyed. They want them weak, but not destroyed.
Sure.
So, I don't. There's also the question is if China will go for Taiwan, because a lot of people think in 2027. Which I think is more the big, because if China goes for Taiwan, it's open season. You know, it's full. Everybody can hunt for what they want.
Yes.
And things are changing now too, because Trump is showing that the U.S. does not care about these rules anymore, which is kind of good because nobody's playing them. No, it's like, why would you play the rules in this game of chess or football or whatever you want to call it, geopolitics, if nobody's playing by the rules, and if you lose, you fucking die.
Yes,
that's it, you know.
But if Russia attack Baltic countries, what do you think about not how would say not answer, not a reaction?
Well, Poland is Poland has a good military, like really good. Like they've taken a lot of U.S. money. They've been buying. We've been giving them stuff. They have trained with us. I've worked with the Polish military. They're very competent. Poland will not let Lithuania, Latvia, or Estonia get bullied. So Poland is a good guy in the area. Poland hates Russia more than anybody else. Probably hates.
It's true.
I think Poland is the original gangster of hating Russia. They've always hated him, without question. They've never been friends, really. I mean, they've been forced to be friends, but they don't like him. So the Polish will fight back if they do that, and if the Russians have to fight the Polish, they're fucked at this point. So
if Russia don't attack Poland, if they attack just that Baltic countries, do you think
I think Poland
go
will
to the
fight
war?
back. Poland will fight back. Poland's waiting for an opportunity. You don't have to convince Polish people, hey, the Russians are bad.
Yeah, it's true.
you
You don't need to convince them, but yeah, say.
Ukrainian people, some Ukrainian people, be honest with me, on February 24th, woke up and read the newspaper and was like, oh, Russia's a bad place. Polish people have always known that. I think Polish people have hated Russia a lot longer and a lot harder.
Actually,
I think
yes,
we're okay.
but I have a good argument against that. Poland's always remember. I forget. Chat, please help me. I forget. Що поляки нам їбуть голову постійно? Піздець, я забув. Катинь і Волинь. They always remember us all that Volhynian massacre when Ukrainians and Poland they have that conflict.
Poland also hates Ukraine too.
Yes.
Right? But, that's another. This
But-
is another history.
Yeah, but they always remember it, Ukraine, oh, you have that Volyn massacre, but they never remember Russia about Katyn. And in Katyn,
Yes, they do.
Russia...
That's not true. They do remember that, man.
They remember,
hate
but
Russia
they
for
didn't, Poland president didn't say to Putin, oh, you fucking bastard, you did Katyn, you need to pay some reparations for us for that shit. But they always say to Ukraine.
I don't know about that, but perhaps, for sure. Maybe because they thought that they couldn't get anything out of it. That's probably why. What is Putin going to say? Like, pashol nahuy, we're not going to help you. It's kind of a pointless argument for them to have with Russia, because Russia's not going to do
Actually,
anything.
yes.
And Katyn is now in Belarus, right?
I mean, actually, I'm not sure. I'm not so good in geography of Poland.
I think it's in Belarus. It's in Belarus, so it's also a Belarusian thing. But I mean, Poland also hates Belarus too and wants its lands back. So maybe, inshallah, they'll get it back.
Katyn it's actually Smolensk. Да, Smolensk is Belarus. Да, it's literally in Belarus right now. But even instead of Katyn, they do a lot of shit against Poland people. I mean, they literally oppress them. They literally attack them with Nazis in 1939. They literally invaded country.
Yeah, they took their land for sure.
Да.
And there are still Polish people, Polish blood, Polish ethnic, Catholic people in Western Belarus.
Yes. And actually in Western Ukraine also, like that Lviv, Lvivska oblast, Lviv, and that cities on that Galiciana, on that land who named Galiciana, it's a lot of Polish people, because Stalin literally
Galicia,
after...
we call it Galicia.
Galicia, да.
Galicia.
Because after
Which
war...
we confuse, because it's also Galicia in Spain.
Actually, yes. It's like Georgia state in USA and Georgia a country.
Yeah. Did you ever see what happened during that war? What happened when Americans found out that there was a Fox News, there was a big Fox News thing, like Russia invades Georgia, and then Americans were commenting. I'm serious. They were commenting. I'm currently on the highway in Georgia, and I don't see any Russian troops. This is fake news. It's true. You can look it up. They were like, what? They're not here. People were like getting on YouTube like, Russian troops are not here.
American education system, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Southern
Southern education system is bad. I'm from Massachusetts. We have the best education system in the country.
Seriously?
So, yeah, we way better, because we put we have all the elite universities, Harvard, Goddard, MIT. Everything is about education, defense, technology in Massachusetts. So it's very different than Georgia.
Massachusetts, I think it's like a mostly white state, yes? Like New Hampshire, like Maine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mostly white. And I grew up next to the border of New Hampshire, so it was a nice area to grow up. I never locked my car. I would leave the key in my car every day. I would never lock my house. And then when I moved in the army to my first place, and my friends were like, Ben, you need to lock your stuff. It's like, what do you mean? They're like, look around us. It's you're not in Massachusetts anymore, bro.
So sad.
And I was shocked.
So now it's so
Yeah.
so many of immigrants, like black people.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's-
it's so sad.
Yeah, I mean the army is very racially diverse, and there's a lot of poor people from poor areas. I mean, I joined the army. Every generation of my family has been in the army and has fought in a war. Everyone. My uncle in Vietnam twice. My grandfather was a hero in World War II. So every generation that far back has fought in an American war. So I've now been involved in 3 wars, one way or another. I've been to Afghanistan as well, and Iraq.
What's your favorite movie or TV series about World War II?
Oh, I like Band of Brothers.
Sure, it's the best one I think. I watched it like 5
Yeah.
times. It's just pure.
Yeah, it's good.
Greatness.
It's good.
Okay, about Vietnam.
For Vietnam, Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now.
Easy.
What about Full
It's a
Metal
good movie.
Jacket?
It's also good.
Also good, especially the like first half when the drill sergeant Hartman. It's my
So I wrote a book, actually, and I have an agent, like a talent agency. It's the best in the country to handle writers. It's called Writers House, and they're representing my book, and it's about to be picked up by a major publisher. And it's the same agency that took Twilight. If you know
Yes,
Twilight.
Yeah, sure. I know Twilight. Sadly, I know Twilight.
And they've acquired it. I have an agent. It's all corporate now, and now we're just waiting for the final sale to the publishing company. And I wrote a book about my experience in Ukraine, but it's not like this war, bang 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 hero type stuff. It's about like what war does to your mind. Where your mind goes in war. It's not about the violence. It's more psychological and historical. So I'm waiting for that sale to be hopefully finalized in the next couple of weeks, and then we're gonna try to get film rights and sell it to Netflix and
Sounds
Hollywood.
awesome. Sounds awesome.
So that's what I'm waiting on. So now they're like, you need to go hard on social media. You need to do interviews, do podcasts wherever you can. So now that's kind of where my life is at. And I write for a magazine as well. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay, tell me when this book was come
It's
out.
gonna take a while because once they buy it, it'll probably take another year to publish it.
Okay, I understand.
The industry does not move fast.
Yeah, sure,
It's very
sure.
slow, and it's a lot of corporate bureaucracy type stuff. If you can imagine, it's just not fast moving.
You say it's a book more about like psychological stuff, how war affects on you. So it's like
Yeah, but it's like it's like taking me through the movements of war, what I'm doing, but like how it deeply impacts the mind and the minds of people around you, and the history of the thing. It's not like this sort of like look at me, I'm the hero type situation. It's like look. Because I had a lot of problems after I left Ukraine. Like I had to go to like rehabilitation, like a sanatorium for 3 months, and I needed a lot of help because I wasn't functioning as a person. I was just dead inside. I was completely dead. You know, like Iraq, it was easy to get over because the people there are from a distant, exotic, weird culture. they're Muslims. They're nothing like us. We don't have any. Afghanistan, the people there were like primitive, you know. But and the war was easy. Everything was easy. We had all the air power. I remember one time in a firefight in Iraq, we had 4 guys shooting at us. Four Chichiri guys. They're firing at us, and we called in 2 F-16s.
On 4 guys, 2
4
F-16s.
4 helicopters and Tisica Soldat reinforcements, 1,000 soldiers, just to deal with them, because we could. We had the money. We don't care. We have all the money we want to spend on war, and those guys got fucked.
Sure, they got
So
fucked.
they didn't last long. It was the best fireworks I've ever seen in my life, right? So like Ukraine was, we didn't have the money, we didn't have the resources. It was hard. Like a lot of my friends died. Some of my very close friends died. And plus I can look at a Ukrainian and be like, we see a lot of things the same. We like the same things. We like to do the same stuff. And I see these people suffering, and it just killed me. It killed me, the whole situation. So I had, for 3 months, I went to like a sanatorium, and I had to get my head straight. And that's when I wrote, after that, I wrote the book. And so it's different. It's not like other war books.
Yeah. But also comparing like Iraq and Afghanistan to Ukraine, it's I mean, some people say Iraq and Afghanistan is like sanatorium. It's like summer camp.
It's a vacation in Dubai.
Да, vacation.
Summer camp in Dubai.
Да.
Yeah.
Because you fight against, I mean, Taliban, and compared to Russia, it's nothing. It's just local bandits. It's just local, I don't know.
The Taliban were a lot better at some things than you would think, but the Iraqis were bad. They were not very good at fighting. But the Taliban were not bad, but they were capable of hiding better.
Yes.
You know, the mountains. They would go to Pakistan.
It's like partisan war.
Actually, I've been working now with my writing with Rob O'Neill, and he's a guy that killed Bin Laden. So I recently interviewed him, and we had a discussion. And if you look on my profile on Instagram, Benjamin_based, there's the article I wrote about Rob O'Neill, the guy that killed Osama bin Laden. So I've been doing a lot of other military journalism on other subjects as well.
Wow, it's so cool. It's U.S. Navy SEALs, yes? It's from U.S. Navy SEALs.
Yeah, he was in SEAL Team 6. So the SEALs are elite, but SEAL Team 6 is even
elite of elite.
more elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's elite. It's the elite of the elite. So, and yeah, it's not you can't compare them to like Spetsnaz or any of that bullshit.
Yeah, sure.
Spetsnaz is what is Spetsnaz doing in Ukraine that's impressive? We literally took, with our Delta Force, we kidnapped Maduro. We turned off all the electronics in the entire country of Venezuela, turned off all their radar, shut down all their air defense, and took their president in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We have different tools.
Russians sent their best forces to Gostomel, and they would wiped in 3 days.
Yeah, сильные Руси.
Да. Десант. Russian Airborne, блядь.
Дебил Руси, блядь.
Based. Да, it's true.
Дебильстан.
It's so fun for me how Russians always compare their forces to United States, like, oh, we have war in Chechnya, we more forged in the battle than Americans. What Americans do, they just bombed out of the sky. Блять, because they care about their soldiers. They don't want to lose 10,000 of soldiers in one operation. Блять, like Russians do.
We don't like to plan operations if we think we're gonna lose soldiers. That's kind of like the thing. Like, you know, we don't like to collect the bodies of our own. We don't leave our bodies behind. We are trained from the beginning. If one of us is shot, everybody has to get that body out. Everybody. And we don't plan missions if we think that a lot of people are going to die. This is like why the example, like look at the BMP and the Bradley.
Yes.
The Bradley, yeah, it's not the best, coolest thing in the world, but Ukrainians love it because you guys don't die when you get hit by an RPG, whereas a fucking BMP is a piece of shit.
BMP is a piece of shit. Did you know how Russians called BMP? It's brother, how would say Magilla on English, I forgot. A brother grave of infantry. A brother grave of infantry. BMP is братская могила пехоты, so it's like that abbreviature. So they call it, yeah. Because when the RPG hits BMP, it's blown to the pieces. But when RPG hits Bradley, it's nothing to Bradley. It just stopped.
I remember when I was like with in 2022, my group was like, we might get a BMP for our unit. We're gonna have armor. I'm like, no, I don't want this. Send us a Bradley.
Yeah.
Let me call the embassy. We can get something better, maybe.
Yes, Bradley was great. I like that video how two Bradleys pieced up Russian 1090 tank. It was a great one.
Yeah. Yeah.
My subscribers ask, what is your opinion on Nick Fuentes and Paul Miller? I bet you know them.
Fuentes is pro-Russian.
Mm-hmm.
He has undermined pro-Ukrainian sentiments in the American discourse.
Mm-hmm.
Is Nick Fuentes right about some things? Yeah, he is right about some things for sure, but he doesn't understand that the real fight is with Russia. Everything else is just noise. It doesn't really matter. And he thinks we should be friends with Russia. So fundamentally, I disagree with him there. And everything else he wants. And then, does he mean Steve Miller or Paul Miller?
I think Paul Miller, I think is Gypsy Crusader. Да, Paul Miller, Gypsy Crusader, that guy in chat roulette who wears Joker face and call every black person a nigger.
I'm looking at who this guy is right now, and I don't know.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Who Paul Miller? I don't know who Gypsy Crusader is. I've never. No, but yeah, like Fuentes, he says some things that are funny, but again, I have nothing against Jews at all. I have no negative opinions of Jewish people. I don't think we should support Israel as much as we do. I agree with Fuentes on that regard, but it's not like I don't like he screams about it. And it's also too, it's like what is the difference between this pink-haired, woke, feminist, liberal socialist type girl that complains about the patriarchy and white privilege and makes everything about the identity? What is the difference between this bullshit and Fuentes? It's identity politics. Identity politics, I don't think, is making the United States a better place at this point. We have real issues. Russia.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We have real issues. Like we have to fight. We have to deal with Russia. We have to deal with China. Everything else, well,
doesn't matter.
I think it's a distraction. It's a distraction.
Distraction, да. Okay, we go to the spiciest part of our interview because, Ukraine have a lot of problems actually because, yes, we fight in Russia, we're right, but we have a lot of problems inside the country. I mean, the corruption in Ukraine. What do you think about it? How bad it is on your view?
I think corruption is a major issue. I don't know what the answer is completely, but if I had to come up with a solution, is all this money that's coming from the US and all this, I think there needs to be a way to make it open source, how we can see how this money is moving to eliminate corruption like some sort of, like this, like I don't know if you want to use some sort of like blockchain technology or something to eliminate this corruption. There has to be a way to deal with it with technology. This is the best solution. But war makes people more corrupt. Obviously, we saw with Zelensky, he's become more corrupt over time.
Yes.
But I mean, what are we going to do?
Because people in Ukraine actually don't like Zelensky so much. Now we like mostly hate Zelensky because his government stole a lot of money. That his close friend Mindich, who was Ministry of Energetics of Ukraine, he just stole all the money and go to Israel and just flying to Israel with all of the money. And before that, he literally sent money to Russia. So and nobody take him, nobody put him in prison. So with corruption is a lot of problems in Ukraine actually, sadly for me, because it's one of the problems why so many even people in army, they leave the army right now, like they're tired, because they just tired of this shit. They just tired the salaries of our Senate or our Верховна Рада, you know what it means, да? Deputies.
Yeah, like Congress or Parliament.
Congress. They
I mean, like,
always hire.
I didn't get paid anything in 2022. So, I mean, like when I went from the one volunteer unit. So I was with the UDA in the beginning, and then I went to the International Legion. I wasn't paid in the International Legion, and money went missing. Like the International Legion's being pulled apart, stopped, ended. So that's another thing. There's definitely a lot of corruption even with the military, but I think the corruption's worse in Russia. So
yes, it's worse in Russia, but the problem is Russia is more wealth than Ukraine, is wealthier than Ukraine. They have like a lot of close to infinite resources with all of that gas, oil, and they have infinite resources and they have bigger budgets, so they can handle it. It's not affect so much. They have a lot of people. They have like 140 million people, so it doesn't affect so much on their army as at ours. It affects if you as a Russian soldier and you fight with some Rust AK-47 from the Cold War. Yes, it affects on you, but in general, because they have a lot of weapons, a lot of people, it affects. Like in general, it affects less on them because we are like small country compared to Russia, and our economy is not that big. Our economy is not that strong, sadly.
How many people are watching this interview right now? By the way, I'm just curious.
Now it's 70, and on peak it was like 100 something. But also when we ended, I put Ukrainian subtitles on it, and I put it on my channel.
Okay.
I downloaded it on my channel with Ukrainian subtitles, so it's.
Yeah, for anybody watching, just follow my Instagram. It helps. Any little bit of help helps. Benjamin_based.
I put your Instagram when I download the whole interview. I put your Instagram and ask people to subscribe. Sure.
All right.
Well,
it's like 1 in the morning right here. I'd like to get one more Russian reel debunked today. And
okay, so
do you have any more? Anybody have any more questions they'd like to ask me?
15 minutes and we end. Okay, 15 minutes is enough. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So the problem we have with Ukraine with TCK, you know that with military draft, you know what the problem is. Yes.
Yeah.
What your opinion on that?
Yeah. I mean, man, this is a war of survival. 18 plus, everybody, just fucking. It's not going to be beautiful. That's it. I mean, if this was if America was being invaded by a bigger power, every 18-year-old would be out in the military.
Yes,
so,
but
you have those like corrupted draft officers who are taking bribes from everybody.
Yeah. The problem is they taking only poor people. They didn't take sons of deputies. They didn't take sons of judges and all of the stuff.
But that happens in America too. That happened in Vietnam too. You know the song "Fortunate Son."
Fortunate Son, yeah, sure.
That's about the same problem, you know. But we had a legal way to avoid it. Like Donald Trump avoided the draft because he got a medical problem of bone spurs, whatever the fuck that means. My father had asthma, but it was really bad. So he had a real excuse. So this problem is going to exist in any society, even in a rich country like the United States. So it's not surprising. Shouldn't surprise anybody. Like when in history have you heard about rich people going to fight for their country? It's not. We knew this, right? We all knew this.
But in
It's
World
just
War
worse
II,
in Ukraine.
so many like people in United States from World War II. I mean, like every United
Because
States
people-
president after World
Yes.
War II, they have fighting in that World War. Like Nixon.
Yeah, because
Kennedy.
they were office. Well, because Americans were extremely patriotic people, and a lot of them were officers. Like John F. Kennedy was an officer. I mean, if here's this: if you have a war in your country, and you are rich, and if you're listening to me, and you're from a rich family, and you have a war in your country, and your son is not an officer in that war, your son should never lead anything in that country. He should be a fucking black sheep. That's how a society works.
100% agree with you.
Rich, powerful men. If you have a son, he's a fucking officer in the. That's how it worked with us. And if you didn't, you're garbage.
Yeah.
So, but like society is polluted now. You know, men want to look good on Instagram. They want and too, like women want this rich guy and stuff like that. And rich men don't fight wars in
Yes,
Ukraine
yes,
or Russia for that matter too. And so я хочу бизнесмен, you know,
Да. Nobody wants a war hero.
Где будет бизнесмен, когда будет война? You know, like, where is he going to be? How important is this guy? So it's a societal problem in Ukraine and also other Eastern European countries that people think that war is only for the poor. Like, if you're rich, become an officer and you serve your country. So everybody did their part in World War II. Vietnam, a lot did, but not everybody. But Vietnam was different. Vietnam
Yeah.
was bad.
But the main problem in our military draft, it's not even the problem they taking only the poorest people. The problem how they do that. They just kidnapping people on streets. They beat that people. They'll kill that people. They kill a lot
That's
of
wrong.
people. That's
wrong.
And I think
wrong.
the people who do it, they need to be charged. They need to go to prison for it. But nobody go to prison because Zelensky say it's okay. And also, second problem. So that's why I wanna. That's what my question is, because it's really bad. For my opinion, it's really bad, and so this shit is low moral. Even if you. A soldier, you saw that shit. You don't want to fight for that country because you see how the country threatened people, threatened your nation, and that's the problem. Also, question: did you know in Ukraine we also have feminism in Ukraine, and they say it's a good thing, and actually they support military draft, but only on men. They didn't support military draft on Ukrainian on Ukrainian women.
I don't want to see women die, man.
Actually, yes,
I don't want to see women.
but they
Like,
can go to
We have
factories.
some. You're not a society if you have to send your women to die in a war. What is this? The whole reason we even have cities and government and is to protect women and children and make sure that they can be, like, we can't send them to die. I didn't like seeing, every now and then you'd see women doing combat jobs in Ukraine, and nobody really liked it, but you know, if they want to fight, they want to fight. I don't want to stop them. I don't feel right saying no if they're good at it, especially as a drone operator. You know, you're far away.
Yes, true.
So I don't think women should be forced to work in the draft, but you know, you shouldn't also, it doesn't mean go to Dubai. It doesn't mean go to Dubai.
Yes, sure.
And go hang out with Habibi.
Да, да.
Go do your Instagram reels in Bali.
Да,
Ukrainian women here have no interest in me because I remind them of the war.
Yes.
Because I talk about it all the time. It's all on my Instagram. It's my public profile, and I have to because of the book. I have to sell a book and talk about it. And they've told me like, you need to talk about the war. You need to talk about the war. And so like when I meet Ukrainian women here, for the most part, I'm kind of disappointed. Like, you're not a patriot.
Yes.
If I wasn't here, I would be back in Ukraine. But I'm here. You know, my family has already been through enough. 3 wars.
Mm-hmm.
They want to
That's a lot.
see that I have kids and a family and all that. So, and I as much as I don't like war, but I like being a soldier.
I understand.
So,
I
you know,
understand.
but I need surgery as well. I hurt my knee worse in Ukraine. I was getting out of a vehicle, so I need surgery. So I can't even fight if I want to. So.
The problem is with that women, they also support the war continue. You know, that videos how they live in someone in Spain and say, oh no, how it say, мирна угода, no
Treaty.
Yes, they say we need reconquer our territories till borders of 1991. We need go to war. We don't continue to war. For me, it's
like
so
you're
bizarre.
not going to get Crimea back. It's like
sure.
I don't think like I think if it was possible, but it's not going to be. If Ukraine could secure a U.S. security guarantee and the line is frozen,
Yes.
it would be reasonable, but it's not going to happen. Putin
Sadly,
wants
yes.
to continue the war.
Yes, and sadly Trump is so weak to do something about that because it's obviously Russia wants to continue the war, not Ukraine. We want to stop. We want to the war stops.
Yeah.
Okay, last question, and we can go.
Okay.
What do you think about Ukrainian higher military command and Alexander Syrsky, because he was literally Russian and he was born in Russia, he studied in Russia military higher command, and now he is our main general, like our main commander, and soldiers of Ukraine.
Budanov is good.
Huh?
Budanov is good. Budanov is good.
Okay.
I think he's
Budanov.
good, right? Budanov, he's good.
It's our chief of our intelligence.
But he's good.
He's better.
I think.
He also have problems, but he's better than Syrsky because in our we so hate Syrsky because he make that infinite assaults. He that make infinite. I mean, we need to go to the defense strategy because now we are weaker and we need to go back to the defense strategy. But he wants assaults, attacks, and it's actually stupid assaults because we lost many men. We lack of men,
Yeah. 2023 was a disaster.
Disaster. True.
Zaluzhny
да.
was, yeah. Now, Zaluzhny blamed NATO and American commanders for this issue, and I mean, yeah, maybe. I think we weren't on the same program, but the counteroffensive in the Yuzhny Donbass to, what was it? Not Metropol?
Summer counteroffensive, you know, yes. Tokmak.
Yeah,
and,
the summer counteroffensive. Tokmak, yeah, like that whole situation was a slaughter.
Yes.
And that was the biggest waste of men that they also sent too little amount of men into Bakhmut, and they like the whole thing was a waste of men, and that was under Zaluzhny. So I can understand people wanting to replace him. I don't know everything about that, but then Syrsky, things have not gotten better. And when did the Kursk counteroffensive, when did that happen?
It's Syrsky. It's 2023 and 2024.
Yeah, like, or even the worst one was the one when they tried to cross the river. What's the name of that small town?
Krynki.
That little town, Krynki. That was.
It's my personal pain. Yes, it doesn't even make any
Yeah.
sense because they don't even have. It's not Normandy. It's not Operation Overlord. They just send people to die.
Yeah. Like there's been a lot of really bad decisions by Ukrainian high command. Ukraine should fight. Ukraine, after Kharkiv and after Kherson, should have stayed to do this defensive
Strategy.
posture.
Да.
But I think people wanted to see the political, people wanted to see the political gains to show Washington, show Biden, to show the EU, like, hey, we're still winning. And war is not politics always, war is also, you can't win a war by setting political objectives.
Yes,
You have to win a war by setting war objectives.
Yes. Yes, because now we don't even have like a long-term strategy. We just try not to lose the war because we don't even have strategy like we have before in 2023. Like, oh, now we have counteroffensive. We take back Crimea, we take back Zaporizhzhia, take back Mariupol. But now we don't even have strategy. What we gonna do? We're just surviving. Now we're just surviving because not giving us enough weapons right now. USA stop giving us the vehicles, the armored vehicles and their shells, and now yes, so our military command is shit. Sadly.
Yeah, well, at least you don't have Russian military commanders.
I don't saw so many differences right now between Syrsky and the Russian military command because they both do that massacre assaults with a lot of people, and that's the main problem why so many people in Ukrainian army are deserted right now because they just want to be alive, they just want to stay alive, and with that military command it's so hard objective to stay alive with that military command, and now yes.
Yeah. I mean the assaults. Ukraine just needs to hold. That's it.
Yes.
Hold the line. Bleed Russia. Hope that Russia's economy dies, and a better situation can be negotiated, and that's the best case scenario.
Because literally 2 days ago Syrsky give, actually not even 2 days ago, it was yesterday, Syrsky give a new interview and he said, we can win a war in defense, we need new assaults, we need new counteroffensives, and I just, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, where you find men on that counter-assaults? So I'm so sad.
Like Kursk was all the stories I hear out of Kursk are bad as well.
Yes, we lost so many forces in Kursk, and it doesn't even make any sense. It's not even our territory. We just sent forces there and lost like half of them. It's so bad. And yes. And okay, last question. What do you think about Russians terrorized Ukrainian people with that attack critical infrastructure? Like they attack electro stations, they attack all of that stuff, and now Ukrainians totally black out and literally surviving.
I mean, it's Russia. I think they wanted to do this even more before, but now they're just making life even harder now, and it's if you were Russia, you would be doing the same thing. Why wouldn't they want to make lives miserable? They understand they want to break the psychology of Ukrainian people.
But you consider this like a genocide of Ukrainian people?
It's a genocide as a whole, of course, because if Ukraine loses this war completely, in the worst case, where is Ukrainian culture going to be? It's like
it's going to be destroyed.
It's not going to survive.
Yeah.
It's not going to survive in Warsaw. Okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much for that interview. I really appreciate you for that interview and for you fighting for my country. So.
No worries. Russia is a common enemy, and we will fight them ideologically from now on. So.
Yes, Russia is a terrorist state and the shit country.
A stain on humanity.
Stain of humanity. Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Have a nice day.
Дякую. Окей, ciao.